I haven't uploaded in a long time, and while yesterday I did upload a video, I feel like it wouldn't be fair to you guys, so I'm giving you a second video for more entertainment. I just want to say something that's been on my mind for a really long time, and that's how stupid racism is. I get that a lot of people know that, but I just want to express just how stupid it can really be. If you don't know what racism is, it's hate against a specific person just because of their skin color, the country they were born in, and culture, and etc. And it's really stupid and illogical, so today I'll be explaining why. First, let's talk about racism in Africa. One of the most racist things I've ever seen against black people is people using the N-word. And if you don't know what the N-word is, I obviously can't say it, and you probably shouldn't Google it up because you should never have to use it unless you're the most pathetic person on earth. But basically, it means black in Latin and is very offensive, to say the least. Now, the reason this is so stupid, in my opinion at least, is because most black people, they have brown skin, so what's the point exactly? And also, even though most black people actually do have black skin, look at their smile and tell me they don't have more white in their teeth than most white people have in their entire skin complexion. Just because their skin might be slightly darker doesn't justify anything. And the fact is that some of them have more positivity and light in their smile and personality than most white people have in their entire skin complexion. It's just pathetic. And also, most languages and stuff like that, like Mexican and stuff, they came up with things like the N word and stuff, not as an insult, but just meaning different things. Like, there's a word in Mexican that sounds a lot like the N word, but it just means black, because that's the way the Mexicans thought it out. They didn't mean it to insult anyone or anything. But then a white person comes along, sees a black person, decides to use that, and it becomes a racial insult. You're basically insulting the entire world at this point because you decide to be racist. So, yeah, you're stupid. Another thing that people often use against black people that's racist is that in Africa people are poor, it is dry, barren wasteland, and there's a lack of industrialism. Well, first off, it's not Africans' people's fault they have to share a home with a literal water tank and a literal genocide horse. And here's the thing, they're not as poor as you are thought to be. They might be shot in a desert most of the time, but they have big cities just like the rest of the world. They've changed, alright? Another thing people often say, and probably the stupidest one, is that black people look like monkeys. First off, I get that the first image showed a monkey with black skin, but that's not like every monkey. That's probably the only monkey with actual black skin. The rest have very familiar skin, and it's completely different. And the thing is, most just have black fur. That would be like me wearing a white t-shirt, going into a store, and people assuming I'm white. It's just ridiculous, first off. And another thing I think is ridiculous is how people call black people monkey, even though we're all human and we basically are related and evolved from something that is technically a monkey. So why are you calling black people a monkey when you yourself are a monkey? And finally, monkeys are actually really cool, alright? They are some of the strongest, smartest, and most savage animals on this planet. So quit talking all that crap. Another thing people often say, black people can't swim. Just look at this image, that is an Olympic swimmer that is black. And if you think black people will automatically like KFC, which is another racial stereotype, look again, because Japanese people like KFC so much that on Christmas holiday they eat KFC. Yeah, that's an actual thing. Okay, let's move on to the Americas. One of the things in the USA that people from foreign countries say, Americans are fat and arrogant. Look, we just industrialized, which is why we have McDonald's, fast food, and luxuries, but that doesn't make up the entire population. It's just some people, and those people aren't nearly as bad as you would think they are. Another thing that makes me really pissed, Americans are racist toward Mexicans for some reason. They think they are illegal immigrants that are coming to steal everything, when in reality, the USA stole Texas New Mexico and Arizona from them. Why are you saying that Mexicans who are just there to peacefully live are coming to steal stuff when you yourself are probably in a territory that the USA stole? How hypocritical can that be? And people thinking that Mexico is a crime scheme? No, it is absolutely not. They are some of the happiest people I've ever seen. Be more like them instead of being racist, for God's sake. And you really think that presidents like Donald Trump are somehow better and are making the USA better by preventing Mexicans from coming in the country and not liking Mexicans, even though he looks like a head of corn and his chin looks like a frog? Wow, wow, you need some help. You need some help. Okay, let's move on to Canada because it's the hat of the USA. First off, I want to just tell people stop assuming that Canadians always like maple syrup and are always super polite. That's not the case. Canadians have emotion. They are people as well. Stop assuming things for the love of God. Okay, South America. So, yeah, apparently people are super scared of people from South America because it's apparently super dangerous there. Look, I'm not sure about you, but that was a really long time ago. The only people that are probably like that in South America are gonna be 6 foot under. It's just not like that. You can't judge a person just because of that, so just stop it. And I'm sorry for the fact that when I go to another screen, it turns white. I think it's because my screen is loading a lot. Okay, Australia. So, one of the things people often call Australians is that their language is often very confusing and very not understandable, even though Australians are literally just stranger British people. Yeah, that's the actual case. British people sent some British people on this island, and now you got Australians. It's also very dry there, even though Australians are just got screwed over by the world and stuff like that. So like stop it. And people are always assuming that the nearest Australian will probably have a kangaroo in their backyard. That's like saying the average American will have a grizzly bear in their backyard. It's like very rare in terms of actual probability. Now let's move on to Europe. First off, how should I put this? A lot of people just assume stuff by for Europeans because it happened like a few times and is somewhat going throughout the country, like British people liking tea, and you're dumb for believing that because that's not the case for like a majority of the countries. Like just because they do one thing doesn't mean they will always do that thing. And yeah, if like let me just put an example. If a British person likes this thing like tea, and then they you can't assume that every British person in the world like will do that thing 1,000 times over. This isn't crack. There also might be some corruption in Europe, but that happened like a really long time ago. It's from people that are very corrupt, so like I don't understand why you would say that. And in reality, just get some help because like those people are actually really nice. Now let's move on to the final continent, Asia. First off, we don't do stuff as if it's crack. That's not the case. Like, just because so Asian people might like rice doesn't mean they'll be eating rice almost every day as if it's weed or crack. And in reality, we should all just be treating each other equally because, in all, it isn't color, the small things in life that determine who we are. It's our own personality, the way the people we are, the good we want to leave on the world, the way we are shaped determines what kind of person we are, not where we are from, what language we speak. And in all, don't be racist, kids. Don't discriminate others just because of something, and stay strong.